Yes, people, welcome back to Mission Podcast, and it's another edition of Kayfabe and Out, your weekly wrestling roundup. We discuss the latest events and news and rumors from the world of sports and entertainment. Joined by my regular co-host DK Danny. Let's not waste any more time. Then let's get straight into it. Start off with the weekly programming. Smackdown this past Friday. What did you make of it, Danny?
I mean, Smackdown every week's just a bad show. Genuinely a bad show. It's not worth staying up to watch Smackdown for 2 hours. It's just a horrendous product. The guys who book it, Raw Dog and Triple H, we gotta get some new bookers, man. This Smackdown, I can't believe how badly Smackdown's just gone, man. Like, let's take it from 2022 and 2023, where SmackDown was actually sometimes people will say is the more watchable show. It's the show people would more tune into. Of course, you had the bloodline into it because they were the main part of the show. But again, you had big angles. You had, weekly TV was actually good for SmackDown. And in 2025, it's the most you could miss 5 weeks of SmackDown, even 6 weeks of SmackDown, and you would not you wouldn't forget anything. Like genuinely, that's how bad SmackDown's been. This week's, yeah, it was probably one of the worst SmackDowns I've seen in a bit. The only saving things on this SmackDown were probably Ilya Dragunov's title challenge, open challenge, which has been doing what for the past 2-3 weeks now since he beat Sami Zayn. I think that's been great. He had a match with Gargano. Of course, two great wrestlers. They can have a good match. I thought that match was really good. Then, I mean, I was just glad Cody had a fresh challenger, right? We've seen Cody with the same main event guys for since he won the belt, since Mania basically. We've seen him, with all these guys like, I mean, he's feuded with Drew, he's feuded with KO, he's feuded with, all these other guys who you wouldn't, I mean, he was stuck in the bloodline, saga for the first part of starting, which I didn't really like. The KO stuff I thought was really good. Going into Mania again with Cena, I mean, it could have been much better than it was. Then coming out of that, he was basically chasing the title, won that back, and his second title has been really boring so far, especially this Drew feud. It just feels so soulless and like it's just I don't like the product of WWE in 2025, if I'm being honest with you. And we got a new challenger, Alistair Black. I thought Alistair Black, again, a guy who's, I think he's a great talker. He's a great wrestler. He's got the look. He's got the presentation. This is a guy. We've been saying it for a long time. You need to push these new guys into the main event scene. Alistair Black's right there. He's ready to be in the main event scene. You can push him with the guys like, I mean, they've been doing it with Jacob Fatu, Damien Priest. I think he belongs in that category, of guys who can get pushed into the main event scene. So, I mean, I was delighted with that, seeing Alex Black, a guy who I love for a long time since his NXT days. I think he has been a bit misused in the main roster in his early days. Went to AW, didn't really work out there. Came back, and I think he's been a success, to be honest, so far. So I mean, let's hope it keeps going. The match on TV wasn't really a good match. I'll be honest with you. It was a short match, and the only purpose of this match was to have Drew McIntyre and Damien Priest interfere. Damien Priest making the save for Cody, which makes sense in KFA because he was feuding with Alistair Black before that. And then I think Drew he claimed on a referee, which got him suspended. Which somewhat they were saying during the week that it's because he's going off to film a movie. I know he's been in I think it was Scotland movie. He's meant to be filmed that soon, but then I think PW Insider came out that okay, no, he's not filming a movie. He's just it's part of the storyline. That's why he's not. That's why he got suspended, which I thought, okay, let's see where this goes. Apparently, he might be part of War Games. I mean, it's looking, we did get into War Games, but it's looking like Cody, Punk, Jay, Roman will probably be the four for the baby faces. And on the heels, I can see it being Braun, Bronson, Logan, and maybe Brock or Drew. So those are the teams I can roughly seeing. And yeah, man, SmackDown is just not a good show. I can't remember the last time. It's probably one of the shows onto the road to WrestleMania, where they were doing the European tour. Where I actually enjoy SmackDown. Since then, it's just been so bad. But yeah, man, that was SmackDown in a nutshell. Not really anything to brag about.
True. I don't know, man. War games. We've talked about it enough, to be honest. How they just force it now, and they basically confirmed that this week by saying, "Why is Cody in the match?" Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense at all. Drew, he's suspended. I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. Like, what's the payoff going to be with this storyline? What, Drew's just going to keep getting screwed up? We all know he is not winning that title anytime soon. Like, it's really baffling. I feel like WWE at this point, they know that fans are pissed off with the whole Drew Mac, and they're just like playing into it now.
Yeah, totally. Mania 42, Cody Rhodes is going to walk into the show as champion. 100%, there's no doubt in my mind. I'll put money on that, that Cody Rhodes will walk into Mania 42 as WWE champion. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Drew McIntyre is not winning the title before that. There's what? There's not that long to Mania left, or 4 or 5 months to Mania left. Drew is not getting a reign before that. I mean, he's suspended off TV right now. And the next big pay per view after Survivor Series, which I don't see the title being defended there as Cody's in War Games, is Rumble. And I don't see Cody winning, not Cody, I don't see Drew winning the title there. The perfect time, we've said it, the absolute perfect time for Drew to win the title would have been WrestlePalooza. Your first big show on ESPN, the main event. What do? You do a title change and you bring back Drew's stocks, which he's lost. His stocks are probably the worst they've ever been. I mean, last year his stocks after the Hell in a Cell match were one of the best. Like, okay, this guy's had one of the best Hell in a Cell matches in history. Period. One of the best feuds in WWE since such a long time. And since then, what he's had a feud with Priest where he's been 50-50. Then he's been teaming with Logan Paul, which no one's really liked, and now he's doing this stuff. So 2025, Drew might be one of the most underutilized wrestlers in WWE history, to be honest. Because I mean, there was this report coming out at the start of 2025, they were gonna center this year around Drew. I mean, there's been nothing but that. They've had him lose every big match. At the start of the year, he was losing to Jimmy, Jay, and then he's lost to Priest this year. He's lost to Randy this year. He's lost to Cody 2, 3 times this year. So I don't know, man. I have no hope in this company. Maybe if there was a year ago, if this was actually a year ago, I would have said, okay, Drew McIntyre is 100% going to be champion in the next year. I would have put money on it. But a year later, I'm sat here and I've got no hope. They're not going to put the belt on him. And like you said, Copy, what is the end goal here? What are they trying to do here? You've had two pay per views. Well, Saturday night main event, you had WrestlePalooza, we could have just gave him the belt. What would have been wrong with him winning the belt at WrestlePalooza and maybe losing a 2, 3 months down the line, maybe a Rumble if he lost the belt? It would have been nothing that would have come off harm. But this company clearly does not see Drew McIntyre as that guy to carry the brand forward. And maybe it's just Cody, right? Maybe they just see, okay, Cody is that guy. He has to be that guy for us. He's the face of the company. We're facing guys out like Roman. Like Roman's not going to be here for such a long time. We need to present Cody Rhodes as being that baby face of the company for the next maybe 5 years until Cody Rhodes calls their day. But yeah, man, I've just gone to hope with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much summed it up, Danny. Yeah, Drew, the hype is gone with Drew. Just for, I don't know, man. Cody's go. They're all going Hollywood these days, man. Like I think even a report came out today, CM Punk and Roman Reigns, they're in the Zootopia film or something. Yeah, I don't know, man. And yeah, you mentioned Aleister Black, guys like that to build new stars. I don't know, bro. But I don't think it is in 2025. I don't think WWE are trying to do that anymore. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but it's more about the brand and the company rather than having an individual star or a face nowadays. Obviously with Netflix and all that, but yeah, that's SmackDown covered. Let's move on to Monday Night Raw then. In the hometown of John Cena. Yeah, you got the show opens with Triple H for some reason in the ring,
Oh
and
my god, this guy has a problem. This guy genuinely has a serious problem. It's John Cena's hometown. Yeah, his last ever appearance, his second ever last Raw appearance, and his last appearance in his hometown. And you have Triple H, out of all people, basically lays himself for what nearly 5-10 minutes and then brings Cena out. I genuinely don't get what this guy's problem is. Why can't he take a back seat? I don't know if he's maybe he felt okay, I retired a bit earlier, not on my terms, and I want to do all this. It probably is that. It's probably kind of some ego issue, but just take a back seat, man. It's John Cena. Is probably the greatest wrestler of all time, and you're doing all this. It was, what is copy. The only reason he was there was to announce that Don't Be Cena match, which could have been done by the Raw general manager Adam Pearce. He had no right to be there. And I seen someone today saying Triple H, the booker of the company, the guy who's not a character on TV, has been on TV more than Roman Reigns. That's mental.
fucking criminal. Yeah, it was Triple H. I mean, Vince Russo tweeted something as well, which is I love Vince Russo. He's hilarious. Yeah. He's just basically calling Triple H. Is he the biggest egomaniac there is in wrestling? I think I think Vince still reigns supreme there, but Triple H is up there, man. It's nothing new to me. He's always been an egomaniac. I mean, people were blinded by, oh, but he books NXT so good, all that rubbish. Like, and then the main roster honeymoon period, what he had a good year or two, and then you guys are starting to see the true colors of Hunter, Hurst, Helmsley, Paul Levesque. Yeah, that was very bad taste, in my opinion. It's like TKO want to stamp like everything to do with Cena's last thing. Oh, related somehow. Let's get Triple H in this. Let's get The Rock in this. Blah blah blah. Just let Cena do his own thing, for fuck's sake. It's his. Do you know what I mean? He's retiring. It's been his career. He deserves to like have the spotlight on himself. And I think Vince Russo in his tweet said, well, why can't they just do something like, I don't know, John Cena's dad being in the ring and introducing him?
Yeah.
That would have been 10 times better. But to be honest, it's not that deep anyway. We still got, it was an amazing opening segment. Obviously, Cena's like doing his shtick. And then fucking, I love this guy. Dominic Mysterio comes out to interrupt. And we got a great back and forth between both Cena and Dom. It was amazing. I was loving every minute of it. Dominic Mysterio, this guy, we've been singing his praises, since we started this podcast, YouTube channel, whatever you want to call it. This guy's a fucking star, man. Bro, to hold your own against one of the arguably the greatest of all time on the mic, like it's no easy feat, and well done to Dominic Mysterio. I think the match itself was I kind of liked it. I was expecting, and I think me and you were both expecting an interference from Judgment Day, and then we got that stupid tag match of Cena and I don't know, Rey Mysterio, blah blah blah. But I'm actually glad that they pulled the trigger and gave Cena the title. And I know a few people have been complaining, saying, "Oh, they buried Dom." Nah, man, I don't buy it. It was a great moment. Cena becoming a Grand Slam champion in his hometown, like. Bro, some things you just gotta do. So I'll give TKO credit, Triple H credit there. That was a great decision. But yeah, were you happy with that, Danny?
We talk about moments a lot, and we've said this company has become like a moments company. You know, they don't care about storylines; they just do things for the moments. This was a great moment. This is one of the moments where you gotta say it was phenomenal, man. One of the best things, period. I think about Cena's retirement or by far. You know, becoming Grand Slam champion in his hometown. And I thought, you know, the back and forth, like you said, Copy. I think Dominic Mysterio held his own. We've seen guys be in there, Austin Theory, early Roman Reigns. We've been in we see seeing guys drowned with Cena. This guy held his own. His facial expressions, everything about Dominic Mysterio in this segment, I thought was just phenomenal. And like you said, he did lose, but I think this is great for Dom. Like, what Cena's got 3 more appearances left, and it wasn't like it was a squash match, right? Like Dominic Mysterio went head to head with Cena. He's getting marked down with Cena. He did lose the title, but I think it was a big moment for him. We'll probably look back on this, you know, when Dominic Mysterio becomes this big, you know, big star, saying like this was a pivotal moment, you know, in one of John Cena's last matches. He, you know, beat Dominic Mysterio for the RC belt. I think it's done more good for him than it could have done harm, in my opinion. I know people say, "Oh, you know, why is Cena winning the belt so late? It's just very dumb." It's done nothing like that. I think it's put dumb over more, and you know, he'll come out next week. We've seen that, you know, Cena is wrestling next week. I could see them doing a tag match here easy. I could see them doing Cena and Ray against Dom and Balor or something like that. But I do think it'll definitely be a tag match next week. Or maybe Cena just defends his Intercontinental Championship in an open challenge for the last time. I think that'll be cool. But yeah, I mean, he is announced for next week. That is his last pro appearance. So I think we will get some kind of, you know, match there. I mean, I hope you do. You know, it's his last appearance in MSG as well. You know, I think they're gonna stack that show. They're gonna probably Brock Roman on that show too. So I'm looking forward to next week's show. But yeah, like the action match, I thought was a fun match. I enjoyed it for what it was. The spots I thought were really fun. And yeah, man, just a great match, a great finish, and seeing him becoming Grand Slam champion in his hometown is just poetry in motion, man. I love it every second of it. The best thing the company's done in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, we've complained all year, to be honest, about how TKO and Triple A, whatever, they just book for viral moments. But this is one viral moment I'll let slide, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, great. I think it's obvious Cena's going to drop it next week somehow, or like, have they confirmed then the whole War Games team, or can Cena still be in it?
They've confirmed 3 members of Punk's team, Punk, Cody J, and they've come. So I mean, Cena can still be there, and there's been a report that Cena will be part of War Games, which I mean, I'm not against. I love to see Cena in there with Punk, Cody J, and I'll probably say Roman. If it is 5-on-5, I could see Drew being part of the heel team with Brock. I can see them being the five with Logan, obviously them, and then on the face team, I can see
Ob could be in there as well. You never know.
yeah, and I could see them doing Cena, Punk, Roman, Jay, and Cody as the babyface team. I mean, that is one stacked babyface team. But yeah, I
They,
mean, just
they,
talk about Awkward Seven. I thought this. I think it took like 45 minutes of the show, and I did not care, man. I thought it was just great.
yeah, it was great. That's exactly what how you kick off a show. Credit to them, innit? Because when as soon as it was the opening match, I thought, oh, it's gonna be interference.
Yeah, same.
But if they made it main event, I'd be like, all right, cool. But you know what? Fair play to them. It was good stuff. The interesting question is Cena going to drop it next week? Is he going to drop it at Survivor Series, or is he going to hold it all the way till the end, to the final? But then it's kind of like defeats the purpose of a tournament, in my opinion.
I think they'll let him hold it until his last match. I don't know if I want that. I wouldn't mind losing him next week in a match and putting another star over. Maybe I don't know, but I think the way this company is going, he'll definitely walk into his last match as Intercontinental Champion, in my opinion.
I'm, I don't mind. I don't know, but I think one thing it does, it makes that final match so. I don't, obviously we're all expecting Cena's going to put someone over, but if you give him the IC belt heading to that, it's going to make it so obvious he's losing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's also that aspect of like, okay, he's not going to, win and then vacate it. That rarely ever happens. He's probably just going to lose it. It is. I mean, I think most people are expecting Cena to lose the last match, anyways. But yeah, like if you put the title on him, it's basically like, okay, the other guy's definitely gained the belt. I heard someone say maybe rematch with Dom at Survivor Series. I'm not totally against that, but I think he'll probably walk into, his last appearance as
No, I
Intercontinental.
think they could probably do the rematch next week. I don't know, have Logan Paul or the Vision or something come out and help Dom win, and
Yeah.
then
That's not a bad idea to point. Yeah, that's not a bad idea because that way it makes sense for Cena to, get into war games. I can definitely see that happening. Logan Paul, even Bronson, I think, one of them can probably Brock. I would be against Brock doing it, Brock accosting Cena and then seeing on Paul of the war games and then Cena, joining the babyface team. I would mind that. I think that'll be okay. But what I
then
think the company is gonna do, I think he'll definitely walk into his last match as champion.
and yeah, that's the thing. It's interesting because I've seen if you know what, if he holds the IC belt, yeah, into his last match, then I'd rather you just get someone from NXT.
I, I was gonna come on to that topic. I've been thinking over the last few days who I really want to retire Cena, and I've been on the Gunther train for a long time, like since probably since I knew he wasn't facing Cena at WrestleMania because I thought that was the match Cena with Gunther at Mania, and Cena winning the belt there. I've been on the train for them to do Gunther v Cena, right? I've changed my mind over the last few days. If you're going to have Cena walk in as champion, yeah, the one way to make someone a star, yeah, is have them beat Cena in his final match. He has a tag. He'll have that tag for all his career since he retires. It'll be I'm the guy who retired the greatest of all time. I'm the one who beat Cena for the Intercontinental Championship in his final match, and there's no better guy to do that than Obafemi. I think if there's one guy you could make a star instantly, with the Intercontinental Championship, it's kind of a tough route because that basically puts him in the mid card. That's one part I don't really like because yeah, with the Intercontinental Championship, it's basically a mid card title, right? And he won't be putting into the main event scene, like quote unquote main event scene. But beating Cena, winning that championship, Obafemi is the perfect guy in my opinion. I don't think Drew needs it to be honest. I mean, Drew probably does need it the way he's been booked, but he's already a star. Let's be honest. Gunther, I'm not interested in seeing Gunther win the Intercontinental Championship again. I'm not really interested in him in retiring Cena. Carmelo Hayes is a really good name, but I just don't see the company doing that. Obafemi is that guy for me. I'm fully on the Obafemi train, and I think he will be one of the surprise. I think because they announced LA Knight to be a surprise guest this Friday, and next week Solo against a mystery opponent on Raw. So one of them I can definitely see being Obafemi. I don't think he will be. I think he will be just announced into the tournament maybe. Because I think next week might be like Matt Cardona or Joe Hendry or someone like that. But I feel like Obafemi is the perfect time to make Obafemi a star. You Braun, I want to say Braun's been ruined, but I mean Braun's momentum has been a bit, halted because of all the bullshit over the last few weeks. I've not really enjoyed the vision. I'll be honest. Since that 10, I thought that 10 was just phenomenal, and the payoff after that's been a bit. I mean, it has been that long. It's been like a month, but still, I'm not really enjoying it. Jacob Fatu's out right now. Braun, Obafemi, and Jacob Fatu, we'd all say, and Dominic Mysterio, probably out of the other four, probably your big stars for the next 5, 10 years. Who knows who else comes, but right now, I'd probably say it's them. Obafemi, you have that chance to make this guy into a main eventer. I'm 100% on the Obafemi train, and I really hope he does become seen as last opponent.
Mhm. You know what? I actually agree with you. I think Obafemi's got obviously he's got the look. I don't know about the fake Nigerian accent, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of it, but it is what it is. But yeah, I agree with you, Danny. I think that's if you're gonna have Cena hold the IC title, just give it to someone young, man, from the NXT. And I think Cena would be happy to do that as well. I mean, hasn't Cena said on his the Saturday night main event there's going to be an NXT star in each match or something?
I was just gonna mention that. I think that's one of the reasons I've leaned over Femi. I think Cena said it's going to be a main event roster guy against an NXT roster guy. So I don't know if he's hinted there already that I might be facing someone, in the main event who's an NXT superstar. But if they're doing that, I mean, it's not a
Yeah,
bad way, to put Obafemi in the main event, have him just beat Cena in his last match. And I think a Cena v Obafemi match could be a good match. Cena does normally really well against these, guys who he has to overcome the odds. And I mean, I wouldn't have Cena tap here. I don't think Cena should tap, but he should pass out. I think having Cena pass out instead of never tapping, going his whole career without tapping and having to pass out to Obafemi would do unreal things for Obafemi stocks. It would do much more than any feud could do. Like we spoke about Braun, right? Like Braun, any feud Braun could have, it would not do more than what he did when he speared Ted, right? And I think the same thing here. Having Obafemi beat Cena, I don't think there's anything he could do for the next year that would, catapult him into stardom like that would.
I can't lie, Danny. You've sold it to me. That sounds amazing. John Cena's never tapped out his career. His final match, he doesn't get tap out that way. He keeps that whole never give up
Yeah.
spirit and attitude. And yeah, Obafemi becomes a superstar. He fucking made John Cena pass out in his last ever match. That's great booking. Will it happen? Doubt it, but
Probably not.
we'll see. We'll see. But another talking point then from Monday Night Raw. The IWC has been in uproar about this. LA Knight got cut off from his promo. Listen, I am not an LA Knight fan, as you can tell, but so it was kind of funny for me to see. I've been saying it for years. This guy, he's just a washed up tribute act to The Rock and Stone Cold. Like, get your own shtick, man. Yeah, I enjoyed it. But what do you think, Danny?
My thoughts on Alan too. Yeah, I don't really see him as a main eventer, but I've kind of warmed up to him in the last year. Like he can wrestle, he can talk. That's fine. That's all you need to be like a good wrestler these days. But I don't get the uproar. In On Netflix, you have that timer right in the top corner, which basically counts you down until the ad until you go into back into live TV. You can't really blame the company for cutting him off where his promo probably went a bit over time, probably a few seconds over time. You can't really blame the company for that. He has a timer up there. He knows, how long until they go back on TV. And getting cut off is normal. I don't think he should be in uproar about that. The funny thing about this is that LA Knight, since I think he held a sign saying, don't push Jey Uso, push LA Knight. And since then, he's not been seen on TV at all. Like he could have been easily one of the guys on the babyface team for working right. He's been pushed as that for the last 3, 4 months, I'd say. People wanted him to win Money in the Bank over Seth. People wanted him to be in the title match. I mean, he basically beat Seth when, Seth faked his injury and all that. He's been pushed as like a main eventer, a babyface, and since then he's just not been seen on TV. Maybe that's Triple H's way of saying, okay, yeah, next time don't get random signs from the crowd and hold them up, whatever it is. He's just been resorted to do backstage, segments. But I mean, I find it funny. I don't really care, to be honest. I think he's okay, but yeah, not really lost.
Yeah, LA Knight. I think he's been liking a lot of like comments and tweets as well from fans saying "push me," blah blah. I don't know if he's unhappy there or he's frustrated, but it is what it is. Yeah, him holding that sign. Yeah, I can't. I don't think if it just said something about LA Knight, I think it would have been fine. But I think the Jey Uso bit, he should have. I don't know if he done that on purpose or he didn't read the sign properly. Bit of a brain dead thing from him to do. Do you know what I mean? He's just if that is what if it is they're trying to punish him. He only has himself to blame. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of stupid doing that. But yeah, I'm not really bothered anyway. And I think LA Knight is just decent for what it is. A little mid card act. I don't think he's anything more than that, to be honest with you. Another thing I want to talk about, Kevin Owens. Last week he put out like a video on Twitter that he's back. He's running the ropes again. He's back in the gym. Could we see Kevin Owens in the 2026 Royal Rumble?
I think the Rumble's a bit too early. If I'm being honest, he had surgery not too long ago. But seeing that video, when is the I think it was on Friday, he tweeted it out, and it was Blackfest, right? I pressed the video and I had his theme song. I love his theme song. I think it's amazing. And then it goes into him training. I'm like, okay, is this guy trying to give us some kind of hope? Because I mean, there's been really good discourse saying, okay, this guy might not wrestle ever again. I mean, it's not out of the realms of possibility. He had really bad neck surgery, and neck injuries have finished a lot of top wrestlers. I mean, he finished Edge for a long time. He finished Daniel Bryan for a long time. He's doing it to a lot of wrestlers where they haven't been able to wrestle for maybe, I mean, Edge, what, 10 years, Bryan 3-4 years. It's like a neck injury is a really bad injury, probably the worst injury, worse than an ACL, worse than anything. I think is a neck injury, right? And him posting that gives me a glimmer of hope. Like, okay, it might not be over for him. KO could have a run in 2026, but I mean, the Rumbles, what, less basically 2 months away now. Might be a bit too early for him, but I mean, I think there's a glimmer of hope, I'd say, in 2026 that we do see Kevin Owens back in a WWE ring. And I mean, I wish he's been one of my favorite wrestlers since he debuted in 2015. I think he's been phenomenal. It's criminal that he hasn't held a world championship since 2016. I find that bizarre. He's one of the best talents the company has, and his last title reign being in 2016 is just mental to me.
Yeah, I mean Kevin Owens. Yeah, this is someone from the modern day. Like I know we've complained there's no stars, blah blah. Blah. Kevin Owens is that one guy. I feel like WWE. I mean, I'm not gonna say they've never given him opportunities. That he's got to main event with Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's main event best friend Sami Zayn. He's got an opportunity. He's definitely deserves a lot more title runs. I think Kevin Owens is fucking amazing. Do you know what I mean? I like him as a babyface. I like him as a heel. I think he's amazing in the ring, and he's one of the best in the mic as well in modern day wrestling. The guy's got it all. He's a complete package, and I can see him being. I think he already is, to be honest, an all timer. He is going to be in the bracket when he's done. I'd be very sad if this is a career-ending injury for him. Obviously, with your neck, you can't really play with that. At the end of the day, we want him to be in the best of health. If that means being retired, then it is what it is. Kevin Owens is that talented. He could still... I reckon Kevin Owens would be amazing as a commentator. I don't know about you.
Yeah, easy.
He's got it. But even as a general manager or like a heel manager or something, he's so funny as well. You know what I mean? Kevin Owens, he's got that in the bag. He's sorted, even if he doesn't wrestle again. But yeah, that video did give me a lot of hope, and it made me a bit excited. It gave me that tingling feeling, like, because I'll be honest, WrestleMania 42 right now I know it's like 5 months away, but like I have a feeling it'll be dead. Like, there's nothing I see storyline wise that's exciting me, but the potential of Kevin Owens coming back in the Royal Rumble and winning it and going to Mania in the main event, that gets me going, man. For me, if that is possible, you got to do it. And the match I want to see, Punk versus Owens, world title. The story's right there. They don't, well, they do. Obviously, they must like each other now, but they've got history there, innit, of not liking each other. You can play that in. And then, yeah, for me, if Kevin Owens is available for WrestleMania, it's simple. You do Punk versus Owens for the world title in one main event, and the other one, I'll just do Cody and maybe a heel Randy or something like that for the... That's your 2 title matches done for Mania, in my opinion. But yeah, Kevin Owens, man.
Yeah, I mean, the pitch with him and Punk, I think, is amazing. I think if it does happen, it will be amazing. Two of the best wrestlers in the world. I mean, I'm sure they'll have great chemistry with each other. The promo battles will be insane. And I mean, I don't see Owens being in the Rumble personally, but I mean, it'd be amazing. sell me and everything, right? I'll be hyped for Mania. I mean, like you copy, I don't care about Mania. I mean, it's a long time away. They can build something, if they want to. But right now, I don't care about it. But having KO return, after that neck surgery, having him main event Mania with Punk and winning the title there, I think would be an amazing story. But yeah, I mean, like you said, copy, Kevin Owens is one of the best wrestlers and the most talented in the world. He can be a great, like, if he wants to go into his comedian role, I think he's great there. Really funny guy. He's a great heel, and he's even got that babyface energy about him, which just makes him a complete package. He's one of the most complete wrestlers in the world, I think. And I mean, it's just a shame, right? He might not wrestle ever again. It kind of makes me sad, but I do hope he gets his perfect ending. Like, he's only 40, or yeah, I'd say if he's probably easy, like, he quite easy, I think, has 10 more years in him. But of course, they're gonna have to manage him, right? Like, he can't be wrestling every week like he used to. Maybe go on that part-time schedule where he just wrestle, in the pay-per-views, maybe once here and there. But yeah, man. But one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, I think, and I really hope he just, does get his redemption arc in 2026. But yeah, just I mean, in 2025, he was gonna go into a feud with Randy Orton at WrestleMania. That feud was looking like it was gonna be a good feud. He was just getting to in his heel arc, man. He turned heel on Cody Rhodes, I think it was. Then he was pile driving, Sami Zayn and Randy Orton, and his he was, in my opinion, gonna have one of his best heel runs in his career. And the way it ended was just a shame. So I really hope he does.
Say that, but technically, he had an amazing feud with Cody, right? And his last, if it is his last ever match, was with his best friend Sami
Oh,
Zayn. It's not too bad of a note to end it on, but even if the Rumble is too early, I think we will see Kevin Owens definitely wrestle again at some point. Maybe not anytime soon. I mean, there's Raw after Mania, even to a huge pop, or SmackDown after Mania, he comes back. There's so many like exciting things they could do. Like, even when you mentioned the Randy Orton, they could revisit that like a year later or in a year's time or something. Let's say Randy's a heel now with the title and he's just out there punting people. Imagine Kevin Owens coming back and the roles are reversed. So Randy's the heel now and Owens is the babyface. That would be amazing as well. But yeah, let's hope Kevin Owens' next surgery, hopefully it's not career ending. Hopefully he can come back and wrestle safely and healthily, because he's an incredible asset to have in it. You know what I mean? But yeah, Kevin Owens, whether it's wrestling or a non-wrestling role, WWE needs to start using him again, in my opinion. But yeah, in some other news as well, we'll talk about this briefly. Rich Holland got released. Basically signed the papers for his own release by coming out and negatively talking about TKO and the company. He said that he started doing, I think, or did he take he started doing favors for the company by working in NXT and other companies. And he's like, since he got injured, he got a neck injury. He's not been compensated by WWE, and he kind of feels like they took advantage of him. They just abandoned him once he got injured. What do you make of that?
I mean, yeah, I heard him saying that, he thought he wouldn't be able to pay for his mortgage ever again. He felt like the company held him out to dry, and I don't know how true that is. I mean, did he start some kind of GoFundMe or somewhere where he's had people try to donate to him? I don't know how true it is, man. You have to sometimes take what the rest say with a pinch of salt. It might be just because the company don't rate him and all that. And I don't know, man. I don't really care about Rich Holland, but if the company have done that, it's kind of scummy, right? Like, I mean, I think he did say that they are taking care of the surgery and his physical therapy, but I mean, he thinks that's the bare minimum for what he sacrificed for the company. And yeah, I mean, he sounds bare pissed about it, but yeah,
I think the thing that's, I think them releasing him shows that it's kind of a dick move as well from TKO. Like, I get it. If they let's say they released him, yeah, and then he came afterwards and started saying it, then you could maybe say, okay, yeah. But the fact that, I don't know, to be honest, WWE, TKO, I mean, people demonized Vince, blah blah, etc., etc. But this company in general is not good. You know what I mean? If you're going to bring morality into it, there's no point. Like, people are so outraged by why the company still decides to bring back a guy like Brock Lesnar, why they, I don't know, endorse Trump so much, blah, etc., whatever it is. But people just they just thought when Vince goes, some imaginary world where everything's going to be okay, the company's going to be good, treat everyone fairly. It's not. Reality is not like that, especially in these big successful businesses, companies, entertainment. Do you know what I mean? It's got no room for being nice, unfortunately. And Rich Holland, to be honest, I'm surprised he's not been released sooner. To be honest, I'm not even trying to like mock the guy or take the piss, but he's very nothing. Like he's not very exciting. He's not marketable. I'd say he's been lucky to survive as long as he did. Especially, I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna say karma because that's stupid. That's a stupid thing to say. He didn't intentionally go and injure Big E, but it's mad, isn't it? Now he's got the neck injury and he's out of work. And Big E was a big star at the time. Like his popularity was immense. That was definitely someone WWE could have like looked to push as a main eventer. And he basically ended Big E's career. Yeah, it's just mad. The butterfly effect is crazy in wrestling, man.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, Corpe, Big E was, I think, having the peak of his career there around that 2021
Yeah.
period. He was on the top of his game and having his career just end short because, some guy maybe just botched a move or didn't land it correctly. I mean, it happens wrestling, right? We can't really blame Rich Holland. And like you
He
said,
purpose, and he didn't do it, but
yeah, of course. And of course, you don't say it's karma, right? Because that's really stupid as well. But I mean, it's just poetic. That's the way his career ends too. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, and like you said, copy TKO. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care who you are. They don't care, what you're doing for the company. If you're not making money for the company, right? If you're not being a star for the company, if you're not a useful asset for the company, they're going to release you straight away. I've seen it. We've seen it multiple times this year. This company is not scared of letting someone go, and they don't care what the fans say. They'll do anything, and I feel like that's one of the cases here. They know that Rich Holland isn't really gonna be like a massive asset for this company. He was down in NXT, and again, they probably think in NXT he's not gonna be some kind of asset. So let's just let him go. But yeah, kind of coming, but I'm not surprised.
yeah, I mean, before we wrap up, Chris Jericho, I think the WWE paycheck has hit. He came out today and he basically said that TNA Impact is like the second biggest show in America, wrestling promotion in America. I think he said something like that. That was crazy to say. I can't lie. That's mad disrespectful, I think. Because Jericho, like, I'm pretty sure Jericho and Tony Khan have a really good relationship, like they're friends. And Jericho was also like a huge advocate for in not the war, but like like making AEW compete with WWE. He was a big advocate for it. He was pushing it. It's mad, isn't it? Wrestling is so fickle. There's no loyalty whatsoever in there. The minute they go to another company or another company's interested in getting them, like they forget everything. And do you know what I mean? It's funny.
Yeah, this guy is the most nailed on Rumble return ever. I feel like it's probably done at this point. He's probably got his contract, got everything. He's been verbally agreed or whatever it is. I think he's going to be back to being a WWE superstar in 2026 in the Rumble. So yeah, I mean, it's just hilarious, right? Like the way he said TNA, the second best company, WWE, all this glazing started. I thought, Jericho was probably one of those guys who'd probably still give respect to Tony Khan at AW if he did come back to, like a Cody Rhodes does. He does kind of still respect the company. He's got mates in the company. Well, this guy came out and said, yeah, TNA are the second biggest, just WWE or the biggest ahead of him. But yeah, man, hilarious. And again, most nailed on return, I think. I don't know if, I mean, when the break the walls down hits, I'm gonna pop. No
Yeah,
doubt about it. That's gonna be crazy.
absolutely. Listen, Chris Jericho, he's one of the greatest to ever do. I don't care what you think about him or what his last 2-3 years has been. Yeah, that guy is for me. He is easily top 10 of all time when it comes to everything. Wrestling in the ring, matches, charisma on the mic, longevity. Like this guy, his CV is fucking incredible. He's done it everywhere. WCW, WWF, WWE, New Japan, Fozzy. Do you know what I mean? Chris Jericho is that guy, and him coming back home is a good thing for everyone involved. Imagine, Danny, just imagine like a faction, yeah, a heel faction managed by like Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. You know how hilarious that would be.
Damn them both. That would be that I would actually love that, because some of the stuff them both did back in 2016, 2017 was the only, highlight of the product.
That was amazing.
It was
That
amazing.
storyline, that was the best thing on TV every week. I remember just they used to make you laugh every time they had a promo or match or something. It was so good. And when you think about it, like, how is man making a list, write names on a list? Like,
Got it over, bro. He got that list over. And that Festival of Friendship segment, one of my favorite segments of all time. He seen the list and he goes, "How come my name's on it?" That was so good, bro. One of the best Raw segments ever.
yeah, listen, Jericho, he can make magic out of nothing. Do you know what I mean? Him coming back to the company, especially the insight he can give to these NXT guys, it's going to be incredible. But yeah, anything? Oh yeah, let's talk briefly then about Randy Orton. I mean, there's been a lot of talk at WWE. Well, we've been saying, you know, it's funny. Me and Hayes, yeah, have been saying this for years. Yeah, WWE are not using Randy Orton properly, and it's a disgrace for his final. He's in his final run basically, and like, you just not. They're not even using him. They're not. I don't understand what they're doing with him. They keep delaying the Randy Cody feud. Even that turned the guy heel, for fuck's sake. I think as much as Randy's amazing as a babyface and how popular he is, the guy is a natural born heel. Do you know what I mean? I remember his 2020 legend. He brought back the Legend Killer heel run gimmick when he was oh my god, that was amazing. That I think that was the best thing about pandemic WWE Randy Orton's run.
Yeah, 100%. And this guy is in that tier with guys like Punk, with Roman, with Cody, Seth. He's in that tier of top stars. And the way they mishandling him and mistreating him, I don't know if this is, I doubt it's down to him saying, I want to have all this time off, because apparently his wife liked some kind of tweet or post,
Yeah.
saying why is he not seen on TV. So I don't know. I doubt it's that. But he should be on TV, man. He's your massive stars. He brings the eyes. Him being just part of SmackDown right now would give that product a boost. I know he was there before and it wasn't really great. His last appearance was actually the week, I think it was the week of Crown Jewel. He was in a tag match with Cody against the Bronsons, and since then he's not. And it's not like he was written off the right. He just, I think they just lost a match or some about interference or something, and he's just not been seen on TV. There's been no mention of him on TV. I don't know when he's gonna be back. I mean, we've been saying he might be back, in the Cody Drew for some kind of interference, but there's been no sign of him. And I don't know, man. It's just, like you said, he's in his last big stretch of his career, right? He's what, 44, 45. He's probably got 5 years left, I think, at the max. Use him. He's there. I think he's been doing some of the best work in ring since his return in 2023. I've enjoyed a lot of. I mean, Cody Randy this year, King of or now Champions was a great match. Randy with Gunther, them 2 matches. Randy with Sami Zayn, I remember. Randy with Carmelo Hayes, all these guys. He's had so many great matches. His promos are one of the best. He's one of the best wrestlers of all time. And the fact they just not utilizing him to his best, just I mean it's kind of annoying because he's there for you. He's there right now for you, and I don't know if it's down to him, if it's down to the company or whatever it is, man. But just get this guy back on TV. Him turning on Cody Rhodes, turning him heel, having him punt Cody Rhodes will be amazing. And I don't know, man. We've been saying it since last year, since Mania 40 actually. When's this guy gonna finally turn heel? And it's nearly been 2 years since Mania 40, and I mean, he's been eyeing up the belt, but there's been really no signs like of this guy. Okay, he might turn heel here or here, but yeah, it's kind of annoying, especially as a guy who loves Randy Orton's work. I think he's came back on TV, man. Triple H. I don't know what he is with you, but your devil's underutilizing him.
Do you know what I think it is? Maybe that I can cut them a bit of slack. Maybe it is they're waiting for Cena to like go and get Cena's whole shtick out of the way, and then they can focus on storylines again with Mania, with like Royal Rumble and Mania season. And maybe that's when they bring Randy back in a more meaningful
Isn't
position.
that proper lazy though? Like you point
Yeah, it
everything.
is, but I'm just saying in it. That's what TKO is about nowadays. Do you know what I mean? They're gonna focus on one thing and then before they bring in another thing, which is dumb. I don't like it, but hey, I'm just going with their train of thought, the way they book things.
To be
Listen,
honest, I did say someone. I think I heard someone say that Triple H can't book more than one or two good storylines at a time. Yeah. So who knows,
I
man?
think it's almost feels like he can. Like, all he knows how to book here is like betrayals and breaking up. It's so true. It's
Oh,
fun.
he did another one this week. I think yeah, Nikki Bella turned on Stephanie McKay. So I mean, this guy every week, so some kind of betrayal or forming a faction or something, man.
Nikki Bella, what a woman, mate. She's still got it. Um, yeah, going back to Randy Orton. Yeah, listen. Randy Orton is one of the greatest to ever do it. Like a naturally gifted guy. You know, everyone, literally all the greats say he's the most naturally gifted superstar ever. Yeah, like he's amazing. He can still go in the ring, obviously not as he wants because he has to manage himself. But I think he's still a solid worker.
Yeah.
Like that slower style suits him. He's one of the greats to do on the mic. Some of his facial expressions are some of the best I've ever seen from a wrestler or superstar. Yeah, bro, this guy is in desperate need of a heel turn. I don't care. When Randy's heel, that's when he's at the top of his game. And for me, for WrestleMania, if your direction is not Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, the Apprentice versus the Master, you might as well throw 2026 WWE in the bin, because how long has it been that they're going to keep delaying it? Like, bruv, pull the trigger and fucking give us. It's a WrestleMania worthy program. Give it to us. And it shouldn't even end at Mania. It should go beyond Mania. This could be like a 4 or 5 month feud. You know what I mean? A best of 5 series. Yeah, it could be amazing. Just have Randy turn heel on him, bring up Dusty, bring up the fact that when Cody left and disrespected this company and started a new company, disrespected Triple H breaking the throne. He comes back and he gets gifted everything, gets made the face of the company, he gets the title, he gets all this, the quarterback mantle. Randy comes back from like a potentially career-ending back injury, and he gets resorted to the mid-card. Stuff like that. You can play it into the storyline. And like Randy saying, Cody, you make me sick. You are my protege. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? There's so much history between them, and so much stuff you can play into. Give us the feud, man. This could be one of the greatest feuds of all time if done properly. And Randy Orton, I kind of feel bad for him because all the big guys have left. Like The Rock left, Cena left. Even Cena, Mr. WWE, he left as well. And if you go back to the OVW, class of 02, it had Batista, it had Orton, it had Brock, it had Cena. Yeah, Brock dipped. He was at the top of his game. He dipped. Batista was at the top of his game. He dipped. Cena was at the top of his game. He dipped. The only guy to be on top of his game and not leave and be loyal to WWE was Randy Orton. And he's not really being rewarded for it, is he?
Yeah, 100%. He is probably the only guy, quite easily, I think, who's been there for the longest time. Like, what, 19 years is going on, 19, maybe even 20 years he's been there. And I mean, like you said, all these guys were left, right? Brock left, Batista, Cena, Punk even left, for 10 years. This guy was one of the only guys who's been there consistently, been in the main event scene consistently. And 2025, the way they've kind of treated him has been like, okay, well, what are you trying to do with the year? It could be down to him, like, we could both be just wrong. And this could be down to Orton wanting more time with his family. He's got kids now, whatever. It might be just be down to him. But I doubt it's that. I think it might be them just waiting for the perfect time to insert him in. But why not have him on TV, man? Having him on SmackDown with some of these guys, just two matches against the likes of Aleister Black, maybe, it's just having him mix you up with the new gen, and maybe then, eventually turn him here. Like I said, they are probably waiting for, Cena's retirement tour to finish, so then they can go on to the next big thing, which should probably be Randy v Cody. It probably is that, to be honest, but have him on TV, man. He's a valuable asset for you. He's a massive star, great talker. I think his wrestling over the last 2-3 years has been phenomenal. Have him there, man. He's just a great asset. And yeah, not really lacking the way they're booking him, but like you said, Mania 42, the direction has to be Cody against Randy. I don't want any other match for Cody. I don't want any other match for Randy. There has to be a heel Randy against a face Cody, and have heel Randy actually win. Have him win, and have them maybe hot potato the belt for until SummerSlam. Have them have a good
Yeah.
4-5 month feud. Have them hot potato the belt, and at SummerSlam finally Cody, overcomes his demons and actually beats Randy. And in that process, maybe Cody turns heel. Maybe you do like a double turn here. I think that could be fascinating, but that is a long time away. And I mean, I don't trust the company to do anything right these days. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, 100%. Cody, Randy, give us a nice WrestleMania through to SummerSlam feud where they just, each pay-per-view they wrestle, you have them change the belt. Like, I'm tired of these long reigns. Just do it, bro. It'll freshen things up, and it makes sense as well in this storyline. Randy, for me, listen, I'm happy John Cena's got 17. Like, he deserves it 100%. But for me, if I want my longest, I think Randy Orton definitely deserves to be the longest. Not longest, the most major titles. For me, Randy Orton is that guy. What is he on? Is he on 15?
Yeah, 15.
A Triple H. What was Triple H's record? 14, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's beaten Triple H's record at least. But like Randy's on 15. Can you see between now and when he calls it a day, Randy getting 3 title wins, big title wins? It's doable, but the way they've been booking him since he came back in 2023, it's not looking likely.
Yeah, I mean, actually, CARPE, they're both on 14. So Randy Orton's on 14.
Is that?
Yeah, so I'm just check right now.
Makes sense now.
Yeah, I was just checking right now, and Triple H is 14, and Randy Orton's also on 14.
There you go, man. Fucking hell. Yeah, I think we leave it at that, to be honest. It's been a good one, man. We've discussed some good talking points. But yeah, that's been Kayfabe and Out Mission Podcast. We'll see you guys for the next one.